What is up, everybody, and welcome to my account showcase. I did finish this season at High Champion. I dropped the ball on the last day. It was pretty bad. What I should have done is I should have stayed, like during the last week, I should have stayed at 700 Emperor, because I was Emperor every day until the last day. But like I remember the day before the last day, like I ended my session at rank like 900 something. And that was a mistake. I should have tried pushing because I was doing good that day too. But it is what it is. And yeah, let's get on to it. Abigail. Abigail was actually not too bad this season. I picked her like 20 times, I think. I did check e7.gg. Abigail was pretty good. As a force band, if you picked Aiden and they pick Zahak, then you last pick her, then you can trade bands for free. But also, when they picked Gala plus Stene, you can just strip the Gala. Like you put like Laia in the back, for example. So she attacks Laia, she lives. You strip the Gala, one tap her, and then you put Curse on Stene, and then she dies. It's honestly pretty good. So yeah, I did use the Randall because it helped her cycle pretty much it, and she is obviously on a defense break for that utility. Ed, okay, this was not the build I was using during oat season. He was on injury, but this build is for anti-cleave. So basically on S2 he should do around 8 point something thousand damage, right? So it should one tap in theory. But he was on injury pen. He was one of my highest win rate units actually, because I did use him a lot at the end of the season against Cleave, and he was working pretty good. But this should work better. We'll see though. I'll leave in can use. Okay, so this is my Hwa. I recently got her to 5k. It's really hard to get her to 5k, honestly. But I tried getting her to 5k because I seen a draft in Legend where people would pick Amid with her and like Aefin or something, and it would kind of kill the Carmen Leia drafts. Didn't really work for me. I didn't really try it much, but this is what I got, and works pretty good. I wish I could switch off Hubris, but I don't have any plus 30 artifacts that I can give her. I have like Portrait, but then it goes down. Alright. Jacko. Jacko is my favorite Galore unit. I always use her with Nahkwol and ML Rwana. Just like a free comp. Yes, some decent gear. Not too bad. A Merciless Glutton. Okay, Fire Ravi. He's the star of this preseason with Celine and DM Haste. He's just on some okay gear. I need to use her more. Pipe it Lance because you get that healing and that damage all the time. It's pretty good. On the increased damage S1. Shalltear. Okay, this build is unfinished. I did have a 20 speeder here, but it's on someone else right now. I don't have Molas, so I'm just waiting. My goal is to make her 250. And Portrait is just because I had an extra one. I don't know if I'll use Portrait. But yeah. Aras. I don't think I've... Oh, I did use him early on in the season, but he was like 250 on actual good gear. I mean, he's just outshined right now. Just, a lot of knights do better jobs than him. So, yeah. Our Charlotte. I actually didn't use her, I think, this season. My gear is just too bad on her. You can see 88. Or that's okay. 81. 75. Yeah. Or could just mute her gear, but I find just using like Malona is just better overall. Yeah. Ilynav. Ilynav, I did use actually a couple times against Laia when they didn't have Candy or Aethene. I think it's like 50-50 win rate. I probably picked her like 4 times. When you need injury and they have like grass units, I guess you could pick her. I mean, it's obviously not the best, but it can work. She's on highlight for just that tempo. She gets the CR push. Pretty good. Conqueror Lilias. Actually, I did use her a lot. Even though Lua died, she was a pretty good pick overall. Sometimes against DDR, but she was better early season because now every DDR is like on Soul Constellation ER. But when you need some damage and like a cleanser, she can be a really good pick, honestly. On decent gear. Yeah, one of my higher win rate heroes, actually. Winter. I did use Winter a couple times, but it just doesn't work. I think the gear on her is not good enough. I think you need a like 270 minimum with some more bulk. And she could actually see some use. I see some people using her and she looks great. I just don't have the gear to make her 270, so. Ace, nah, that was for a Rift. Okay, this is my Jenua. He's a terror in RTA. Banned him for a little while. I did switch his build a couple times. This build is just good for damage, but I feel like he's too slow. And I have a plus 15 win rider. The other one is on Gala. So, I don't know. He doesn't have damage with this. I might switch her to a speed torrent build on 220, 230 maybe. But this works for now, so. Surin, nope. Beehoo, yeah, this is my Beehoo. Also used him a couple times. He was good sometimes against ML Shoot for the unbuffable. The speed is usually too slow to beat Gala. If he was 270 plus, then it would also be good against Gala, but when unbuffable is great, he's a great unit. In use. This is just something I built for fun to try with like Fumyr. It's just on some random gear. Pretty cool. I wish it was more usable. You should get a buff, like, I don't know. Hopefully one day. Okay. Here's my least favorite unit in the game. Actually, she's my favorite Guild War with Jacko and Arena unit, but in RTA, I just don't like seeing her. Like, you can pick Laia and Moonbunny, and they will pick Nahkwol. This build, I mean, it's okay. I would need way more effectiveness in bulk. And I think, honestly, since it's not that speedy, right, I should drop her to like 250 and get like 200 effectiveness, so I go before, I mean after Laia. She doesn't cleanse right away. But yeah, Terra and RTA, insanely strong. And yeah. Veronica, I mean, she's on terrible gear. This is just, I want to contest sometimes. Not very good though. Eru, I think I used her 3 or 4 times in anti-cleave. I mean, if you magic for friends, it's pretty over. But there are better options. It's just when you don't know what to pick, you just slam her and pray for this artifact. Or counter. Millim. This is my Millim. She wasn't built during Oats season, but I have her on a premium DPS set right now because Celine is really prevalent right now. So she is on Focus EE on book. I'm just trying to kill Celine and then use mine on attacks pretty much. This is my poly. I do want a second poly to do degen, but this works well in Guild War and RTA. You just prog Jenua, hopefully you put him to 0 and then kill him with the Fairy Tale, right? Here is okay. Maybe 220 would be better, but can't do that right now. Barrett didn't use, Roy didn't use, he's on really shit gear right now. Nope. Yeah, Choux. I shoot a couple times. He's on like really bad gear. Yeah, 88, 80, 93, 84, yeah. But when they have double fire, you can just last pick, I don't know, Karina and Choux, I guess. It's pretty good, even against Jenua with the anti-crit. But of course, Jenua can still win, but different story. Snow Crystal, and obviously the Fwoosh. Lethe, one of the bigger disappointment of this season. I mean, there's a lot of injury going around. And she gets controlled too easily. So, really low win rate with her. I guess my bulk is on the low side, but it's just, I don't think she's worth it. Rem. Did pick her an anti-cleave a couple times, just like Fire Meru. When you don't know what to pick, you just slam Rem and hope she counters. Really high damage, low bulk, but it works if she counters. Karina. Okay. She is on a speed build. I was on counter, but I feel like speed is just better overall than anti-cleave because you get to cut better. And if you're playing standard, she gets the lap, right? She's pretty speedy. And you get speed buff on all. I mean, I don't know. I really love the speed build. I think if I can get 28,000 HP, I should be in a sweet spot and like get rid of this effectiveness for ER. But yeah, Peira, high win rate, of course. Really good unit. This is my Brieg. I was having fun in the middle of the season with him before ML Poly kind of ruined him for fighting spirit reduction or resource. I mean, he was pretty fun. He was actually pretty good. He could pop off against Candy. S3 speed down defense break. It's honestly pretty good. Not bad. Elvira. I thought she would help against Candy and Aeufine. I mean, she does kind of help against Aeufine. But I feel like she's more of a Lionheart killer. More than anything. I did take a little gear off of her. Only 260. I mean, 260, so it should be fine. I don't really use her that often. It's only when they pick Lionheart, right? Because Candy can still win with no fighting spirit. And so can Aeufine. So, a little disappointed, but it is what it is. This is my Peira. She is on ER. Trying to make her ER. This is not fast enough to contest in Emperor. I mean, it can be, but there's always the risk of getting outsped. So that's why she's ER on Bastion, to maybe hope to resist. But it's not enough in ER, right? I should be 160 here. Like 230 ER maybe is enough to resist a lot of stuff. But hey, won me some games. She's pretty good. This is Byblis. Recently switched her. I mean, it's not enough attack, but I mean, It's a little damage. I should help a little bit. I feel like I'm lacking damage. Having Drink with 3800. Really good against Candy. I didn't pick her that much, to be honest. Because half the season I had Candy banned. So. But towards the end, I did pick her a couple times. Yeah. Lua. So this is my Lua. She fell off hard because of Laia. You can pick her if you pick Laia, or like if Laia is banned, or as a 4-5 pick, she can be good. But Nahkwol just outshines her, to be honest. So, yeah, Gang Light. Typical. This SSB, I think I used SSB like once or twice, but she did win. She was on Drink before, but I decided to put her on Defense Break because I needed Drink for Byblis, right? But this helps her Defense Break more, I guess, on S3 and S1. And her S2 Defense Break seems to not proc a lot, so maybe that would help. I haven't tried her on this artifact yet, but this is also for a Nightmare. Aria. Yep. Aria against Jenua, really good. Her only problem is her HP is lagging a lot. I think I am too fast. I do like my ER though, but it was also on Fairy Tail. Now I have her on Crown because I needed an RD. I mean, I think it's not too bad, honestly. But yeah, I would need probably to drop some speed for some HP so I don't get one-tapped. But yeah, pretty good unit, honestly. Especially at the end of the season with her E. This is my Fumyr. Just built her. I haven't used her much. I kind of suck with trying to draft her. 240 effectiveness. I think 200 is bare minimum. Honestly, 250 should be a sweet spot to, because when you gotta defense break every cleanser. I mean, sleep and defense break every cleanser. Otherwise, like the whole setup was worthless. Plus 25 book because I don't have a spare book. This is my Amid. This is the comp where I tried to draft her with Hwa and like Candy or Yefine to beat Carmen Laia. I mean, she's just like spare to spare, right? She should have around 210 or more to resist like ML Poly and stuff. And with Doctor's Bad, you can kind of cleanse the speed down. Or like if it's a high effectiveness Lulucar, you can cleanse your team. So yeah. Needs improvement, but I mean it works. It works. Whatever. Elena, okay, this is my Elena is not that good. I did use her sometimes into Nahkwol when I needed something. I really want to improve her. I want to make her anti-cleave. Like around 260 with higher ER. I just don't have the gear right now, but she's pretty good anti-cleave. I just need better gear. This is my Alencia. Use her a couple times. I think I'm probably in a negative win rate. She's just not that good. Like, Choux just is better. ML Choux's better. If they had, like, I don't know, Karina and Laia, I guess you could pick her, but even then, I feel like Karina does so much damage that she could out-tempo her and kill her before, especially if she defense breaks. Yeah. This is my Arunka. I did pull her off a couple times early in the season, but then, yeah, kind of anymore. I think 6.6 is not enough. I think 7K would be the sweet spot. And you need huge crown to actually kill through a barrier. I think her she needs another S3 buff or something. She needs her attack buff back on S3, and then she would be valuable, I think. Laia, my most picked unit this season. I mean, cleanser, dual attack, nuke. She does it all, really. It's pretty crazy. I had a 51 win rate with her. It's okay. She's on decent gear. I think I need some more HP. But I will need to get rid of a bunch of pieces. Yeah. Pretty good. This is my rumor. Okay, he's actually on some random gear. He was on Guide to a Decision before. To kind of play with the Faithless cleave. Because if she S2s, then he gets CR pushed. Actually, she might strip it. I don't even know if it works like that, but you know, she cuts the Faithless, kills whoever I want, and then yeah. 50 crit rate. I mean, it didn't matter. I just wanted to kill one. This is my Zahak. I took some gear off of him, but I mean, he's still kind of fast. Not really, but I used him more early in the season to kill Aidens. I mean, he worked pretty well. I mean, he kills, but I don't know. There's always like AOL or people that strip all buffs, so he just dies right after. Albedo, my favorite knight. He saved my anti-cleave hard. Without her, I don't know. I was losing to cleave every game. I mean, I was banning Aefin and Andy, so that didn't help. But her and Aiden, first picking them, saved my late game season. Yeah, she's just good. And she's on injury because if I'm fighting Laia, just a little bit of chip damage can actually help. I mean, her gear is actually not bad. Like, it's pretty good. The injury can actually help save games. Yeah, just really good unit. Armin, used her a couple times, an anti-cleave. If she doesn't counter, you lose. It's okay. But there's a lot of fire units like Jenua and Jacko, and she doesn't do damage when they're on the field. Conqueror Lilias, I thought I would use her after her buffs, but no. She's just not good. She dies too easily. Yeah, she can S1, but then they counter you and then she dies. So, yeah. And yeah. Yeah, didn't use her at all, I think. Maybe an anti-cleave like once or twice. I don't even remember if I did. But there's a lot of permanent crit units. So I feel like she's hard to pull off. Her RD is only plus 15. She's on lifesteal Gab right now, but yeah, not much use for me. This is my Christie. I did use her a lot, not a lot, but a couple times middle of the season. But I was trying to Zeo trap. She was on Bastion to make sure Zeo don't silence me. But then, I don't know, I stopped Zeo trapping, so just on Adamant. I don't really use her anymore. Yoha. I actually used her like 20 or 30 times. I feel like she's underrated. I know there's a lot of injury going, but if there's no injury, the S3 nuke can be game winning. I don't know. I feel like I should actually use her more. I always forget because there's all these Under Knights, right, that do so much. But an S3 nuke actually helps a lot when you're lacking damage. So, I had positive win rate with her. Pretty good, honestly. Yeah. Lidica. I'm not a cleaver, so she didn't see much use. But I do use her in Arena a lot. sometimes in Guild War. I did try to pull her off with ML Poly a couple times. I mean, it did work when she got through, or ML Poly didn't get banned. But yeah, I mean, I'd need a little bit more bulk, but this should do for now. Clean. MVP of preseason with Ravi and BM Haste. She was on a way tankier build, but decided to give her more damage to make sure her S3 burn kills like anything I want. Ooh, this ring is not very good, but yeah. Just really good. She's on stun. She was on stun. Like if I'm playing RTA, I go stun, and Guild War I go ice attack. I mean, just so much utility. The stealth really does help her. Every time you see ML Poly, every time I see Lua DDR, you just pick her and you gotta do something. Did. I think I used him once to like contest the Faithless Cleaver. Like his stats would be good if he was on pen set, but he's on crit set. So, I mean, hey, he works, I guess. This is my Gala. Super strong tank busting unit. The thing is, the way I was drafting, I always had trouble with Rimuru. Because, or Rimuru and Lulucar. So I think early in the season, I mean, I picked her. I didn't pick her that much. Probably like 30 to 40 games. But hey, when you need to kill a knight, she just does it. She does it great. On okay gear. 270 is okay. I want a 291, but I think that's gonna take a little while. Yeah. Violet. Violet. I mean, he always gets crit. Like, I don't even... I mean, he's not on Moonlight Dreamland right now. It's on RB, or it was on RB. Well, if they pick all water, like a cleave with, like, Ida, Ron, and... I don't know. Like, they pick Lua for some reason. You just slam him and... hope he dodges everything, I guess. No. Athena, I did not use her at all. She's just not really my playstyle, and her gear is not that good. But I do use her in Nightmare, and when people used her, she was always strong. Right? The res, the heal, just really good. It's just not my playstyle. This is Lulucar, MVP of the early season when Jenua wasn't out. Yeah, I mean, does her job well. The defense buff is crazy. Ice Stream. What does she do? Yeah, decrease hit chance in silence. It's just like she does a lot. But with Jenua out, it's kind of scary. And ML Poly, she kind of fell off a little bit, but she's still good, right? If you pick them or they're banned, does her job wonders. I mean, 227 is alright. I just need more ER for sure. Jerome recently nerfed her. I mean, she's just outshine. Like, I feel like it's kind of hard to draft her because like there are other units you can pick that just do more. And yeah, right now her gear's pretty meh. I mean, she's fun. She's fun, fun unit, but I don't know if she was really viable in this season. This is my Conqueror, my fastest unit, my account, my second most picked. You know, when they went ML Poly, I just slammed Conk and hope that I outspeed. Just a little bit of ER, so it kind of worked against some Karinas and some Moon Bunny sleeps. It was I felt so good when they tried sleeping you and you saw to resist. I used to run her on Leia's artifact, get that cleanse, but my Warhorn was still on Hand Guy, and Hand Guy kind of died, right? So it's 10% attack, and she gets CR push. I feel like, I don't know, that's pretty good. I just slapped it on. Joshki say I did use her early in the season for fun, like with some poly cleave before Jenua and all that. It did work a couple times, but that's about it. This build is not good. Needs to be a little faster. But hey, works, I guess, sometimes. Not anymore, probably. Lionheart, another disappointment of my season. I mean, when Elvira came out, it was just kind of over for her. You pick Lionheart, you pick Elvira, it's a force man every time. Like, she's on pretty decent gear. But with all the anti-crit also, like Candy, it's so RNG. Like, you just pick Malona or MLCan. They just do a better job. And then with all the polys going around now, ML Poly, Elvira, Candy anti-crit, even Rimuru one-taps her. It's hard. Maybe I'm just using her wrong though, but yeah. LQC. Used her a couple times. I don't remember her win rate, but I think she's just too slow. Like, I don't know. I feel like I should have 250 speed with the same attack and crit damage. Let me see the gear. I mean, it's not terrible. I'm on a plus 50 Tachi. I don't have bottles, so it's RNG. That kind of sucks. But I guess if you want to kill a dark unit, she's okay. But Aiden is just better. And with this build, I don't know if it's the best, honestly. I would need to try it more, but yeah. A Tywin. Honestly, A Tywin was pretty good this season. Especially with Nahkwol running around. And some debuffs. He was anti-Gala because he's low HP. Damage build to help with damage output. Honestly, did a decent amount of damage. Like, especially with Unity, like, I don't know. He could do some big damage. Honestly, pretty good. Yeah, not bad. This is my Aura's Bellion when they were cleaving with a bunch of books and Bellion wasn't banned. And I needed a knight. This was before Albedo. Just slam Bellion and I mean, if she denies books, she denies books, right? Oh. This is my Bellion. I guess she's missing a piece. What happened? What does she need? Immunity. Here it is. Boom. Alright, so this is my Bellion. Bellion is honestly anti-cleave only. There's way better options if you're playing standard. And she's just there to deny book, really. See, okay. Plus 15 Elbrus because everyone else has my good Elbrises. And yeah, I mean, the skin is good at least. Crimson Armin. Okay, during the season, she was like 27k HP. I just ungeared my Eaton because Albedo was better, so I just gave her the highest HP protection immunity I had. So she's on 30k. I mean, you want as much bulk as possible. The thing is, during the season, I didn't really use her because I just hate her playstyle. The Leia Crimson Armin, it's just I don't like it. But it's like one of the best comps to actually make Emperor. Maybe I'm gonna have to play it because I gotta finish Emperor one of these days, right? Yeah, so I mean it should work in theory. Ian slapped a bad protection set on him. He was my anti-cleave knight at the beginning. I mean he's just, you know, fat, adamant, built-in Aureus that can't be stripped. Gives like 5 to 6k barrier. Well, not right now. I don't know how much it is right now, but gives a big barrier because of protection set. But yeah. No, I don't use him. Okay. LRK fell off because of Gala and Jenua and stuff. I mean, he's still a good pick here and there, obviously. But yeah, I just pick other knights lately, so. This is my candy. Candy. What a unit. She used to be on a 20,000 HP build until like 2 weeks ago, or a week ago actually. And I had like a 38 win rate. It wasn't good, and she was like on 140 speed. So decided to go the full damage route, lower bulk, way lower bulk, and it's been working well, really. The counter salvo hurts a lot in this build. I feel like maybe Destro set would be more my playstyle. Just so she demolishes on S1 salvo. But that's if she counter salvo, right? You never know with Candy. But yeah, my most hated unit. It's just so RNG. The amount of times I lost by like a robbery, Candy 1v3, because I can't crit her, counter salvo every hit. Ugh. Gross. This is my Airwell. Top 3 most picked knights. Airwell is just so good. Her mitigation, her strip on S1, full strip on S3 into stun. I mean, she's just so damn good. She's on one of my best support gear. She has 120 effectiveness, so even if I'm fighting Aria, like I'm pretty confident I'm gonna strip her and stun. If I'm fighting ER Jenua or whatever, ER DDR, I'm just gonna stun, right? So I really love my effectiveness. I recently just got Bastion. I actually got it from Story Summon because if you pair her with Gala and you fight Lulucar, I think Gala doesn't get stripped by the Lulucar S2. So I think if you're using Gala, this is pretty good. This is LPK, switched her build recently. She was on Gab. With her bug, I feel like she would have been pretty good. But I guess she is. I mean, she's better than before, but I think she's going to see the same use. Like a 4-5 pick against Aiden or against, I don't know, low HP targets that are slower than her. She's on RNL now to, you know, maybe do some cheeky plays with it. I don't know. It is what it is. Aiden. Another one of my most picked units. I mean, it's just Aiden, right? Still really strong against any dark unit. She's on lifesteal to sustain into long battles. On that Dreamblade, so she can be used anti-cleave and do a bunch of damage. Yeah. She's on one of my highest gear score. Wait, let me see. Yeah. It's pretty good. She's pretty good. It's just Aiden, right? She didn't get crit as much as last season, which is pretty good. So yeah, I didn't get too frustrated with Aiden. That's good. This is my Spirit Eye. I haven't really used her. There's too much flat damage or true damage. Too much extra attacks. People that don't crit. She's honestly on decent gear, but her damage is too low. And her at that speed, she's just gonna get killed. I don't know. I'm gonna try to make use of her. I think the best would be at 300, like 280, 290 on Celine's already, so she can cut. I guess an anti-cleave or something. I don't know. I really want to use her, but it's hard. It's hard. Tempest Surin. Recently switched her to a fast build. I want to try this in anti-cleave. I don't know if it'll work. She's on guide in case, like, I don't know, something hits her and then doesn't break the barrier. Then I just push. I mean, would it work? I don't know. We'll see. This is Kayron. Not really used this season, but he's on okay gear. I mean, with the release of Poly, Elvira, it's even harder now. I mean, in 4-5, if they have low damage for some reason, he can be good, but I don't know, it's hard. Like, they usually always have damage, so. Yeah. Faithless. She was 280 speed at the beginning of the season on Defense Break already. I mean, it was pretty fun, but it wasn't very good, so. Oh, she's just on random gear. With this build, I don't think I've used her once. Hey, well. I actually haven't used her a lot this season. I feel like with Laia, she's just not that good. Because Laia just cleanses everything. I mean, she's definitely a good pick, like, later on in the draft. They don't have any cleansers and need some silence unbuffable. Of course, she's good at well. But she's on Spirit's Breath for Nightmare, for the Queen. Like average ball, little effectiveness. She works like this. Sage Ball. He's kind of on spare gear. I mostly used him into Faithless Cleave. Because someone told me to do that. I mean, he works with Rimuru into Faithless Cleave. It's not bad. And if he dies, then this artifact gives a bunch of buffs to my team. I mean, it's pretty cool. Ideally, you would want like 200 ER on Bastion and 250 speed plus, but no gear. I'm a relatable gamer. Ollie, missing a piece. Great. See if I have anything. Here, take that. Yeah. Ollie. Pretty good overall. If they had like Aria or focus units, or if they had no cleanser, you just slam her. She doesn't even need good gear. Like, look at this. I mean, you just slam her and hope you land a bunch of debuffs. She was on Fairy Tale for a Nightmare, but no one else is using it. It's Poly. So she's on this one to get even more debuffs. Cool. Sage Vivi. Terrible unit. Needs a buff. Dies to everything. Doesn't do enough damage. Lacking utility, to be honest. Yeah. Dragon King Sharoon. Oh, I'm so happy they released her. At first, like everyone thought she was kind of bad, but she's honestly pretty good. Every time you see DDR, you just slam Sharoon. And then one of my favorite combos in the game was Sharoon S3 into Candy or Aefine. Defense break, Bologna goes, and one taps. So satisfying, so good. 150 effectiveness should defense break most things that you want to defense break or attack down, I guess. And she's on Proof to make sure she survives. Proof has saved me so many times. They always just attack her, so DDR can S3, but with this bulk and Proof, it's kind of hard to kill her. So that's good. Katie's, she was, I was using her in anti-cleave at the beginning of the season. Worked like 50-50. I mean, she's honestly pretty good. Her CR pushing every turn and pushing an ally by 50 every 2 turns is honestly strong. Maybe underrated even, because I didn't use her much, but I feel like she has potential. She's on Idol's Cheer because it's plus 30 and I didn't use it. So used her once by accident and won. She is on the worst gear ever, Revenge set. Her artifact is not even maxed. I mean, I don't use her, but I did pick her once by accident and won, so she's broken. Moon Bunny. Really good utility unit. One of my problems I have with her is that I feel like she's not tanky enough. What I wanted to do, but I don't know if it's good, right? I wanted to drop ER to like 100 or something, right? Drop to 250 something speed and go 20k HP. Because people tend to attack her, especially like Jenua. She just has 3s and 1 taps her and then she's dead. So maybe if I had like a tanky Moon Bunny, like it would be better. But then losing her speed, I don't know if it's worth it. I would have to see my average DPS speed. But yeah, I mean she's pretty good against DDR, against Conqueror. Although I felt like Lulucar was better most of the time. Sometimes Moon Bunny can be better if you need the attack buff. Ravi used her once or twice. I think I lost. I mean, with Candy and Aefine and a bunch of injury on my shoe, she just fell off. Not as good anymore, but she can be seen on 4-5 as a, I don't know, anchor, reser, maybe. Dilibet. Okay, my Dilibet hasn't changed for like 3-4 seasons now. The exact same build. She worked in anti-cleave. Honestly, I have 88-3 crit, but I like most of the times I don't realize, like it doesn't really matter. I just want her to cut with 270, 2100, and Portrait. She usually kills most things in cleave. So yeah, one of my MVP in cleaves for sure. Anti-cleave. Hwayoung, disappointment. You can only pick him against AoE units. I mean, I guess against Candy and Aefine if they don't have an Aureus. If they have an Aureus, he's just not gonna kill. And even then, like if they have another DPS, like he's on cooldown for how many turns? Let's see. He's on cooldown for 3 turns, and then his S1 does nothing. Oops. That's fun. So, I don't know. Hwayoung, I thought he'd be good after the buffs. But, I feel like it's not enough. But if they don't have a tank, yeah, I mean, he's good. They kill 1, for sure. He can be a force man, yeah. Malona. This is the Malona I used. Every time I saw Candy, I picked Malona. Made her a full nuke. 4k, almost 4k, 340 on Golden Rose to get that initial damage on S3. She did a lot of damage. I really love this build. She was on lifesteal. Since I switched her to destruction, I've been liking her more. Her damage is really, really good. So I'm happy with it. Malkan. This was my duo with Malona against Candy every time. And then you ban Aiden. But again, this one is lower bulk than most other people, but does a bunch of damage. And then He does great. Alona and him, he has to bend one of the two, or he's dead. That's great. Hand guy, yeah. I used him a couple times in heavy debuffs. Made her DPS, so it helps with the overall team damage output. I mean, he's still okay, it's just like Leia's better, right? He is on music box because he does cycle a lot. The S3, S1, so it's okay. He's on mediocre gear because he's not Yuza too much, so okay. Charlie. He was 270 for most of the season. I recently switched him, made him lower speed because I needed the gear. I mean, he should still work. Plus 18 Tachi is kind of sad. But if you need a tank buster, I mean, just slam him and hope he crits. Amashu. Amashu was pretty good, especially early in the season. She was like a monster in the meta. When you saw Laia, you just picked Choux instantly. Injury King killed most health bruisers, scalers. He's just so damn good. And I opted for a higher damage build. I think most people are like 240 or lower even to go higher speed and HP. I just don't have the gear, but I do love the damage she does, so I'm okay with it. On proof, so she survives. This is Aefine, one of my most picks DPS this season. I mean, she's just good, right? Especially in anti-cleave. They usually ban Candy and Alien. So you just took the Aefine and right for the Elbrus encounter. I went for Destruction because I just wanted max damage. I just love damage. She was on... I think she was on Defense Ring. She was like 13k, but I didn't like that at all. Well, this looks okay. I mean, there's way better, but yeah. DC, she's on 3F because I was looking at my Senya build. Okay. RB. Oh, Pillis. Okay, she's missing a piece. I think it was like this defense. Boom. Growth and Rocket Punch early in the season. And honestly, I think I have like a 60+ win rate. It was pretty good, but once Jenua came out, I had to give Karina back her Rocket Punch. Because Jenua is just a terror, right? But as a Rocket Punch knight, she worked pretty good against Candy and other stuff. But Karina is just better. So this is my RB is kind of a work in progress because he's missing crit. But I just went for a Destruction full damage RB. I think it could be cool. During the season, he was on counter immunity for anti-cleave. I didn't use her that much. I think he's 50-50 win rate. I mean, he was okay, but I have better options now. So Violet is ungeared because he's not good. Okay. This is my current Briar Witch. Probably not for too long. But this was supposed to kill Jenua through mid. Or I don't even know if it's through mid. I forgot. I just wanted to straight up S3 and then kill Jenua. That was the goal of this build. So that's why she's on attack boots. Is it good? Not really. I mean, since she's that slow, she has a lot of chances to get out of stealth. Like, for example, if Candy counter salvos, then she's just out of stealth, and then if she's out of stealth, it's over, right? So, I don't know. I'm probably going to switch it. Might try a little bit more. I mean, this does kill Jenua on S3. I've seen it happen, but this is kind of weird, and I don't know if I like it. Alright, Captain. Didn't really use her this season. This candy is everywhere, can't be stunned. And there's Laia cleanse, Aiden, all that. I don't know. She's not as good as a couple of seasons ago. This is my ML Poly on my second fastest speed stat, speed gear, whatever. Honestly, really good unit, especially before the Celine buff. I mean, she was pretty bad. She's just too good. Does a lot. Beat down, pushback, resource reduction, permanent stealth. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. And she was on this artifact. If I paired him or if I paired her with Jenua, then Jenua had a chance to go in stealth, and that was good if I was fighting like Arrowell. Yeah. I instantly build him. Valrana, MVP in Guild War for me, since I don't cleave. I did use her a couple times in Standard, and actually, the times I picked her, she worked. In Guild War, it's just she's a book holder, does damage, defense break on S1. Pretty good, honestly. It used to be on not this because it's 15 speed, but I wanted the attack to do more damage. Normally, like if you're a cleaver, you would want over 200 for sure to reset everything. But yeah, I like her. My favorite unit in the game. Stene. I do want to switch her to lifesteal, probably. This build is okay, not the best, but it's Stene. She works. If they had all single target, you could pick her. This is where, like, if they had Cog, this is where Moon Bunny would be better because I get to attack buff like the Stene, right? And Lulucar. Yeah, pretty good. On book, of course. A little bit tanky. Works fine. This top model, it's mostly for Guild War and Arena, but if they're slow, I think she does a bunch of damage, so when I needed an attack buffer, damage nuker, I could just pick her. I did pick her like 2-3 times and she works. Ideally, I would want her like 275 so I can outspeed Laia. She's in almost every game, so yeah. This is the slowest Zeo world, full bruiser. To be honest, I just don't have the gear to make him. I think the minimum is 260. His 260 is 320 speed. But like, if people start racing, like they pick, I don't know, I'm a poly and 2-speed imprints, like 260 is not enough. So, but yeah, it's whatever. I just wanted a bruiser. Azula did damage, right? And that took first turn most of the time. Yeah. I mean, a pretty high gear score build, a lot of damage. Slightly bulky. Pretty good. The ER, he was on Potion Vial during the season and no ER. But I've switched about. He's now ER. Oh, my second most hated unit, probably. Especially when you picked Emil Sharoon and then they post-ban Emil Sharoon. It was just so infuriating. I think in the last week I rebanned him with Mel Poly, sometimes Nahkwol. Just wow. Standard destroyer, tank down destroyer. He does so much. It's pretty crazy. Sinful. Is that it? Damn, I went through it all. Cool. Yeah. That's it. Okay, next season.
Why don't you test your luck?
It's Ampere time.
I'll see you later.
Um, I'll try my hardest to actually see an Ampere, but if I don't, it is fine. You know, it's just a game. You're supposed to have fun, and it is what it is. I can show you guys my ML Senya for the people that stayed until the end. Okay, so ML Senya. So what I did was I went by health. I think, which one was it? I think it's this, because I don't really use Ning Ning that. This. This. Did I do this? I think I went health with flat health. What was it? Maybe this? Yeah, it was this one. Then it was LRK's boots, because LRK is, I don't really care. Yeah, it was gonna be something like this. So 30.6 on 200 speed, 1500 defense, on 3F. I mean, the ER and the Whistle stats don't really matter, but this is probably gonna be my build. So it's 32 at flat, 49, 31 health here, 55 plus 500 flat, 55 plus 300 flat, and 34. So that should be my build. If there's something better, whatever. I was gonna do Elbris, but I checked, and Elbris did like, I mean, her S1 does like 2k damage, 2.4 or something. So I mean, not good. Since Oath of Punishment doesn't work on if it's not her turn. So yeah, but it is gonna be it for this review. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.